Hey folks, and welcome to Drinking Alone with Friends, a podcast where three friends drink alone together. My name's Chris.
What up? It's Tud.
I'm Obert.
And I'm Jenna.
Oh, hey, Jenna.
Oh, hey.
Whoa.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Trying to keep it together here because Tud's making some funny faces on the screen.
Well, yeah,
So, we were lucky enough to have Jenna join us for a very special episode this week.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to say, it's probably my favorite time of the year.
Yeah.
It's Christmas?
fall. Jenna's celebrating
I do love Christmas.
with the skull and crossbones and the bats in the background.
Oh, you can't see the skull.
Oh.
Right?
We saw the crossbones.
Just crossbones.
Crossbones and bats.
Crossbones and bats.
That's right. I've got
the
living room decorated in the Halloween decor. I freaking love it.
So is Jenna on a pirate ship with the skull and crossbones, or is she being eaten by bats?
She's in on a pirate ship in a cave, I think, is actually what's happening.
Searching for that buried treasure.
Sounds right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Nice.
that sounds right.
But yeah, no, it's Jenna's favorite time of the year, Halloween season.
Well, I was alluding to the pumpkin, and I was being very sarcastic.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's her least favorite time of the year,
Yes.
pumpkin beer season,
Yes.
which is why we had to bring her on for this episode.
Exactly.
we planned it out so well.
If it makes you feel better, pumpkin beer season's only until the day after Thanksgiving, as we all know.
Yep, as
Well,
is tradition.
You know,
So-
I try a pumpkin beer every year. I do. I go in, and I go in with an open mind, and every year I fucking hate it.
Well, at least you're consistent.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
try at least one.
I like you being open-minded and bringing that energy to the show. That's always
Yes.
nice.
Yes, we are open-minded today. We have good thoughts. Woosah. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
But other than drinking pumpkin beers, do you have any fun Halloween traditions that you like to do?
Not yet, because Jay, my daughter, is so small. Haven't really gotten any fun traditions yet. Last year we went to a Halloween party and we all dressed up as Grease. You guys were talking about musicals, and I wanted to point out Grease, but I believe Tud, you brought it up. I was like, yes! Grease is my favorite movie of all time. Oh my god, I know every word.
It is a very
to
good
that
movie.
And I used to dance to the end song in my living room when I was a kid, fucking jamming all by myself. It was great. But anyway, I went.
So what
as
was your
Sandy.
costume?
I went as
Okay.
Sandy, but I had blue hair and it looked cool. Jake was Danny, and then the baby, she's got darker hair. She was Rizzo, and she just had a Pink Ladies onesie on.
Oh, that's cute.
That's funny.
Yeah, so
That's
I think
nice.
going forward, a tradition is going to be those family costumes. Like this year, I was thinking of the Grinch. So Jake would be the
Okay.
Grinch, I would be Martha May Whovier, and Jay would be Cindy Lou Who. Because I get told that she looks like her all the time anyway. She's got a little ponytail on top of her head, and it just goes like a little weed.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then you get to parade her around and steal candy from neighbors. It's the best.
And then
it's literally
come and eat all of her candy.
it's literally
Yeah.
the only reason to have a kid is to get
All the free candy.
all the Halloween candy.
Yeah.
And you already have your Christmas costumes all set at that point.
Christmas
oh my-
card. We can take Christmas
Oh.
card pictures.
all at once.
There you go.
Wow.
Shut
This
it
is
down for the last
amazing.
3 months of
Oh,
the
but
year.
I think you just started a brand new tradition where they dress up in Christmas characters going forward for the Christmas card.
I kind
Yep.
of like it. Last year we did flannel. We might be onto something.
It sounds like it's the Grinch.
You could always dress up as the Nightmare Before Christmas. That's also a good
another
Christmas
one.
card.
Yes, that's another one of my favorite movies, and a musical.
I'm not seeing it.
Does that
I
count?
should.
God, as a what? A Christmas movie?
No, as a music. Well, I guess there's a lot of songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a musical.
All right, look at this. I'm learning about musicals that I've seen. But yes, Chris, you should. I can't believe you haven't seen The Nightmare
Gotta
Before
watch
Christmas.
that.
I
have-
can.
Yeah.
I guess I was wrong in my statement.
30
Chris, you
years
have to.
too late. It's time.
You
for
have
to get on
all
board.
the way until Christmas to watch it, and I know for a fact that you have access to the streaming service that Nightmare Before Christmas is on.
Isn't it on Hulu? No, it's on Disney Plus, right?
I think it's Disney Plus.
Yeah, I've watched it already.
It's
Hang
one.
on,
It's one of those.
I have the app that was a former handle of Just Watch,
Stupid
and we
app.
can find it out.
Dumb app.
And the Corpse Bride. Too.
While you're looking that up, speaking of movies Chris hasn't seen, or Chris, what are your children dressing up as this year? Do you know?
And it is Disney.
Okay, thank you, Ted. I don't know for sure. I think we're gonna try and reuse costumes. Because we didn't do Halloween last year. Because of the whole pandemic-y thing. And so we didn't dress up or anything. So CJ has recently found his shark costume that he wore when he was 2. and he has been wearing it around the house already. So I think he wants to be a shark. And then Lucas is just big enough that he fits into CJ's old dinosaur costume. So they might be a dinosaur and a shark again. But we'll see. There's still plenty of time.
Dress up?
I don't. So
Didn't you see his cool pins? He's going to dress himself as a pin
I'm gonna
cushion.
be. I'm gonna be. What's that?
You're the Jim.
Yeah, I'm the three-hole punch.
He's the three-hole punch, Jim.
Did Dana dress up?
Not real. No. Like I don't know.
People?
I am that guy. I'm that guy where like people at work will be like, "Oh, we're dressing up at work." I'm like, I hope Polo is acceptable because that's what I'm wearing. That's what I just wear.
I worked at JCPenney,
so
and it was Halloween, and I dressed up as Minnie Mouse. It was awesome.
Unless it was mandated, I wouldn't do it. But I'm not that. I guess I
What a
don't get
party
into.
pooper.
I guess I am a party pooper. I don't get in the spirit. I guess.
Pooping on the party.
But it's fun to watch the kids get candy for me. So.
But you could like be like a mummy and like let them like wrap you in toilet paper.
We'll see what happens. Listen, my kids are very persuasive. Well, especially CJ.
How does he still fit into a 2-year-old costume?
I know, right?
Isn't he almost 4?
Yeah, he's almost 4. So it was, if I remember,
And he's gotten a lot bigger.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's a bit snug. It's a bit snug, but I feel like it was really big when we bought it originally. I'm trying to remember the timeline. So, but
Gotcha.
yeah, because we didn't go anywhere last year. No, we didn't. Anyways.
Well, I may not be dressed as a pumpkin on the outside, but I will certainly have pumpkin beer on the inside of me on Halloween.
That was a nice
Or
segue.
future in this sooner or later in this episode as I drink pumpkin beers.
Listen, that was something.
That was something. Thank you. Just trying to get us to these beer reviews because I'm staring at them over here. But also, here we go. Better transition. Speaking of spooky things, Jenna, are you ready to face your pumpkin beer fears and have a pumpkin beer for us? Or do you want one of us to go first?
No, I'll go. So I have to say.
So brave.
So I'll have to say, I have to preface this. I went to my local beer shop, okay? And I guess you could. I don't know. But I got not 1, not 2, but 3 pumpkin beers.
Are you drinking them all?
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Pumpkin fart, is that
Ooh.
what it's called?
I like that black
Pumpkin
can.
tart. This one.
That's the pumpkin nitro. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Oh my goodness.
And then this one's just called pumpkin beer.
Yeah. And just as we love beer on the side, it's a very basic marketing.
Yeah, this
At least you know what you're getting
is pretty
into.
wicked. I like
Well,
the pumpkin.
that's nice.
And he's just orange with a little punky.
Wow.
Pumpkin may be my favorite pumpkin beer. So their beer is awesome.
I went in and I bought this one, and I don't know, I have a good relationship, I guess, with the owner, and I told him that I was coming on a podcast, so he gave me these 2.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, great, thank you.
Well, you got to shout out the shop now. You got to tell them
Oh,
you
no,
plugged
wait,
his.
I didn't buy this one. I bought this one. Might be. But it's a Livonia fine wine and liquor in Livonia.
All right. If you're in Livonia, you go into Livonia Fine Wine and Liquor and tell them that we sent you, especially Jenna,
That's right.
and throw some stickers up on the wall.
They
Use
are an
coupon
awesome
code
shop.
DAW podcast.
Yeah, our coupon code works there.
/TBL. But yeah, they're an awesome shop, and they allow you to take a single of anything. I mean, it can be a 12-pack, and if you want one, you take one. It's really cool.
That is
That is
nice.
cool.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Me too. But anyway, Ted.
It's beer
That's not what I thought was good.
30.
No, me neither.
Thirsty. I've been
Control
working
J,
like a dog
Control
all
J.
week long.
Yeah.
To me, something cold won't hurt me. 'Cause it's beer 30. And it's time to party. Yeah, baby.
Okay.
There it is.
It's not quite beer 30 yet because Jaws is here.
Very long.
Hey,
Oh,
we gotta
I
build-
know.
We gotta
I'm
build
aware
up.
of the length of the drops. It's been an issue discussed pre-post recording several times.
Don't make fun of my opener either. I don't know where any of my bottle openers are.
Oh, I have a cool bear-shaped one right here.
Yeah, I know.
So Jenna, are you gonna just do a little flight with all three, or just do them one at a time? What are you thinking?
Well, I do have 3 glasses here. So I have
Ooh,
these
I think you
cute
should
little
also
ones.
mix them all at the end too.
No, don't do that.
What are you trying to do to me, Ted?
I know.
Ooh. Okay, I'm pouring. Caught it.
Oh, it looks
So,
good.
so just for people who aren't watching this camera, you're drinking first the straight up
Oh, yes.
pumpkin beer.
This is from O'Fallon pumpkin beer.
They like beer.
Let's see. We love beer.
They love beer apparently.
They do. It
That's what they want to tell you.
has Nothing about the beer on it except that it is 5.6 ABV. And it is a malt beverage brewed with pumpkin and spices.
Okay.
So, it's super light in color, and the head is
Looks pumpkin colored.
completely gone already, and I just frickin' poured it.
No head.
I
It's a
know.
fun little mason jar cup.
Thanks. I got it at a beer festival that my friend took me to for my birthday.
It's like a
Ooh.
3-ounce little mason
Yeah,
jar.
isn't it cute? It's the cutest freaking thing in the world. I love it, and I have 2.
All
that I'm
right.
gonna use. Okay, so we'll try this one. Well, it kind of just smells like beer, which is good. I don't really get a
With
whole bunch
spices
of
and pumpkin.
Yeah, it's not super spicy or pumpkiny. I mean, it's okay. It's not my favorite thing.
You don't look like you say it's okay, but you don't look like you're enjoying it very much.
It's not great, but it's not terrible. It's super light, which is nice. I just hate pumpkin, man.
So your favorite thing about it is how little pumpkin you can taste.
Yes. There's definitely more spice than pumpkin, which is good. I don't particularly love spice either, but this, you know what, kind of tastes more like an Oktoberfest to me versus a pumpkin beer. Like you get those spices from the Oktoberfest. That's kind of like what I'm getting. So am I going to drink all of these in succession and then rate them, or do you want me to do one after the other?
It really is dealer's choice because you're the one who's drinking 3 beers.
Yeah, you're running this train.
Okay, well, I guess I will.
Well,
You're
you've
the
already
conduct-
told us about it, so just rate it. I
You're the
think that's-
conductor, and we're
yeah.
all on board. Choo choo.
I guess I'll
Choo
give this
choo.
like a 3.25. It's not terrible. I wouldn't buy it again, but if it was given to me, I may drink it.
And it was
Probably good.
O'Flannelly's.
O'Fallon. O apostrophe.
I think they should change their name to
Fallon.
O'Flannelly's. It's a better name.
I do
for a
like that
brewery.
name. That was a good name. So out of 25,792 check-ins,
What?
Jeez,
a
nice.
lot more than I expected. I've never even heard of this company before.
I know.
me neither, but apparently it's really popular.
O'Flannelly's.
Okay. Where in the heck
Oh.
are they brewed from? Oh, they're brewed in
O'Fallon.
St. Louis,
Yeah, O'Fallon Brewery
Oh.
out of Maryland Heights, Missouri.
Missouri. Well, I think pumpkin beer gets a lot of hype because it's pumpkin beer. So I'm going to say 3.72.
You're within 0.1. It's 3.64.
Oh, 3.6.
Okay, not bad.
So this does say that they use so much real pumpkin in their mash that it adds hours to the lauter, and the results are incredible. They season their beer with fresh cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove. They're going for pumpkin pie in a bottle.
Well, it's not pumpkin pie in a bottle, but
Are you sure it's not
if
at the
it were,
bottom
I
of the
would hate
bottle?
it more. It could be. But with how clear it is, I don't think so. It does have a really nice pumpkin color though. But I guess I can't really say it's not pumpkin pie in a bottle because I haven't eaten pumpkin pie in like 10 years. So who knows?
That
I
was going
can't
to be a
say I
question.
blame you if you don't really like pumpkin. Why? You
Yeah,
wouldn't eat
I don't know
pumpkin
if we
pie,
talked
so.
about if it was just like all pumpkin or just pumpkin beers.
The
This is
only
just-
thing pumpkin I like are carving pumpkins. I don't mind looking at pumpkins. They're cool. And I like
Pumpkins gross me out. Just looking at those gross orange.
Get out of here,
Wavy.
stupid gourd.
Yeah. They just creep me out.
I like pumpkin seeds.
Okay,
But
Nice.
other
copy.
than that, I don't like anything pumpkin. Pumpkin spice. is
No pumpkin spice
disgusting.
latte.
Nope. Get that garbage out of here. I'll take peppermint mocha all day.
What is this? December? Okay, so what do you got? What are you opening for us now?
This is pumpkin tart, not to be confused with pumpkin fart. From
Are you sure it's not pumpkin fart? Can we rename that too?
I think if Jenna was going to name it, that's what she would have called it.
Probably. This is a tart, a tart pumpkin ale, which sounds really fucking gross. This is from Brewery Vivant. They are out. I think they're based in Grand Rapids. I think they're brewed out of Grand Rapids. Yeah, Grand Rapids. And I haven't been to the brewery, but I have heard that it's really, really cool inside. That it's an old church, and it's just, is it on a farm too or something? I feel like there's farmland. I don't know. I'm consulting with Jake also. Sorry. Peanut Gallery. I'm
church.
consulting.
Church on a farm in
I
the middle
know
of Grand
it's
Rapids, Michigan.
Yes, I know it's in an old church. I do know that much. But this is this is kind of the same color. I guess it makes sense. This one.
Oh, you can keep on talking over it.
Oh, okay. Well,
We just have to know the shark's coming back again.
My glass is dirty. It's 7.1%, and this says made with real pumpkin and spices, and then blended with the sour ale that is not your typical pumpkin ale. I love sour beers, but sour beers and pumpkin does not sound appetizing. So again, this head is gone already. It smells sour with spices. Spicy sour. Okay. This one's better than the last one, actually. It's like tart up front, and then you're left with like a really, really mild spice blend, like right in the back of your mouth. It's very strange, but it's not bad at all. I don't hate this.
Hey, we did it.
I'm not gonna
Jenna
buy
loves
it.
pumpkin now.
No. I don't hate it. Again, I wouldn't buy it again, but if it was given to me, I would drink it for sure. My mouth kind of tastes a little like pumpkin now, so I don't love that. But I'm gonna rate this one probably a 3.5 because I like it a little bit better. And I think how many check-ins we have on Untapped?
We've got 6,516 check-ins.
Okay.
So significantly less than the last one.
Yeah, which I'm surprised. That one had so many. I think Untapped is going to be more on par with me on this one. So I'm going to say 3.57.
So you're getting a little closer. 3.65.
Damn it.
Exactly the same.
0.01
Yeah.
Over the last one.
I think, yeah, you're 0.08 off on both.
Yeah, 0.08, 0.08.
Oh yeah, that's how maths work.
All right, well, this is my crown here. Okay, so this is Southern Tier. Their cold brew coffee pumpkin nitro. I feel like I can't talk over it. And I have a fun glass.
Ooh.
Because Jake took me and Jay and I to Medieval Times for our anniversary last weekend, and we got these cool ceramic mugs, and you guys were talking about your Uber muggins, so I wanted to bring mine.
The Uber
Nice.
In true Oktoberfestapalooza fashion.
So just for clarity, this is the Pumpkin Nitro.
Ooh,
Yes,
I
this
heard
is-
that.
Sounds like a nitro to me.
It did. It sounds. Oh man. So I know pumpkin's delicious.
It is.
It's a great pumpkin beer. So
This is the cold brew coffee pumpkin nitro.
Oh, okay. There's more words here. Okay, hang on.
This sounds like a beer made for Tud, if I ever heard of
yeah,
one.
this is a
This-
Tud beer.
Yeah, this I'm so jealous, Chris. I want you to drive down the road to Charlotte and buy this for me, and then send it to me.
I can. do
Yeah, pumpkin. When I was down in Charlotte last was October, and we went to that Southern Tier Brewery, and I went there twice, and both times I was there, I drank nothing but pumpkin. You got to hard pour that. Turn it right upside down.
Yeah, and not only was it definitely pumpkin season when you were there, but it was like it was like year over year variance too.
Yeah,
like
yeah, it was
16, 17. It was crazy.
That's why I drank a different pumpkin beer every single time. There were like 20 on tap. It was fantastic.
Yeah,
I was so happy.
I think they were like they knew that they either knew our pumpkin episode either just came out or was coming out, and they were like celebrating it. So that's why they had all the pumpkin beers on tap.
My favorite was like the spicy pumpkin one they had. It was 2 thumbs up, way up.
Okay, getting back to me.
Excuse me, I'm
Whoa.
here
This is my beer review.
with my meanness.
This is 8.6%. It doesn't say anything else about the beer other than it's an imperial pumpkin ale, and it's ale with natural pumpkin and coffee. It's natural pumpkin, just so we all know. Okay.
Is
I
it,
will admit. Go ahead.
Is it the 2020? Is it the 2021 version?
I think so. It says it's limited. Yeah, I think it says best by 8/16/22.
Okay. Just want to make sure that I clicked on the right one.
So I have had this one before. I will say that. So I do know about it. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna tell you if I like it or not, but I have had it before. I don't think I've rated it on Untapped, and I don't think I even looked at Untapped for it. So I'm not cheating. But this, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. No, but it's got a really nice, thick, juicy head in there
Ooh,
in my glass. So,
that's what we like.
Nice.
yes. Ooh, that's not what I remember. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, well, probably should have drank this out of the glass or poured it differently, like hard poured it from the start, but you can definitely taste that it's 8.6%. It is really smooth, and on the nose, you get tons of really rich coffee. It's like really silky coffee scent, like I want to bathe in it coffee. It's definitely an imperial. I don't really love imperials. I probably should have left it in the can, to be honest, but we're here
Well, it's
now.
nitro. It's nitro. You gotta pour it.
Not necessarily, don't they? There's a little ball in there, right?
Yeah, but that's
Can't
the.
hear it, but
I think that's the. Obert would know more about this. Don't you actually have to pour nitro beers, or no? Or Obert doesn't
Don't look
know?
at me. No, this was all Tud. Don't bring me into this.
well, either way, it's still really smooth. And I think the coffee, because coffee is such a polarizing flavor, I guess, is that the word I'm looking for? It's really strong and bitter that it kind of overpowers the pumpkin, which is fantastic for me. So I just get like spicy coffee. So it works in my favor. So I think for this one, I'm going to give it a 3.75. So I like it more than all the other ones, but I don't like it enough to give it a 4. But I definitely think Southern Tier is going to have some hop hype. And I think that pumpkin, yeah, there's no pumpkin, nope, you got it, I got it the first time, is going to have even more hop hype along with that nitro and the cold brew. So I think that Untapped is going to like it more than me. So I'm going to say they're going to give it at least a 4. So we'll just say a 4.
So 2 things. One, you have had it. You checked it in.
I
You
did?
rated it a-
I didn't think I
you-
did.
You rated it a 3.25 back on August 22nd, 2021.
Whoa. She's drunk on pumpkin.
Oh,
See?
you even
I didn't think.
purchased it at Livonia Liquor and Wine.
I know I bought it there before, but I didn't think that I checked it in. Oh, I could have
But
sworn I
this
didn't.
is like, compare you started with a bad one and then you just got better and better. I think the problem was you didn't have enough pumpkin beers. If you had like 12, by the end, the last would be like a 4.75.
Yeah, that's true.
That's,
You're right,
everyone
you're right.
builds a quarter point on the last.
And so there was 2,829 check-ins of this beer so far.
A lot lower than for this year's. Okay.
Yes, for the 2021 version.
And so
And what's
What?
up?
she guessed a 4. So
She guessed a 4, and the rating is a 4.
4.00.
4.00.
Ooh.
All right,
Wow.
Jenna,
Wow.
woman of the people,
Suck it, bitches.
got it in 3.
Got it in 3. It only took her 3 beers. She's just gonna keep going until she gets it right.
Oh, right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and put this third of a tally mark on the board right now.
Just one little baby talent. One little baby talent.
Just give me a little.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
You're up there.
Woo.
Oh, it's funny.
But I feel like I gotta make it special because you got it exactly correct.
So does that mean it's gonna be like huge?
I don't know. How should I do this? I'll put a little smiley face next.
Well, so we have to debate this because she did check it in before.
I didn't think I did though. Honest, I really
That's what-
didn't. Hold on, I'm about to look.
Go ahead.
There we go. All right, Jenna. Well, I'm glad you
Or as she goes
got-
by on tap, Jen.
Yeah. Oh,
got it correct.
pumpkin. Fuck, I did check it in. Damn it.
Tud was lying.
I wasn't lying. I can even tell you what you wrote about it.
The only pumpkin beer I've actually finished and not hated.
There we go.
Did
You're here first.
right here.
Well, good luck finishing those pumpkin beers. You got your work cut out for you.
I know. Do you see me struggling to finish this one?
Yeah. Well, if there's one thing that we're good at on this podcast, it's finishing beers.
That's right. So that means I get to pass the torch over, yeah?
Yeah. And I also have a little surprise here on the podcast. I
What?
gotta say.
Ober's
That,
got 2 pumpkin beers.
Oh Jesus! I will safely say I only have 1 pumpkin beer.
Yeah, I brought 2. I talked about this a little bit either on the pregame or on the previous episode where I had a really hard time finding a pumpkin beer, and these 2 came to me courtesy of Canada. These are both Canadian pumpkin beers because we don't like pumpkin beers in Montana, I guess. This is the Fernie's Ghost Rider Pumpkin Brown Ale and the Flying Monkeys Paranormal Imperial Pumpkin Ale. So this one's 10%, this one's 5%. So that's why I jumped in and snagged the mug because I too have some drinking to do tonight.
I was going to pass it to you anyway, Obert.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome. I could tell you were getting a little antsy,
I just saw the sweat dripping off of these beers as they warm up.
I like beer. It makes me a jolly good fellow. I like beer. It helps me unwind, and sometimes it makes me feel mellow. All right, so I'm cracking the 5% alcohol one first. It's a really dark. This is the brown ale, and it definitely lives up to the name. A little bit of a crisp pour here, but fortunately the head's dissipating
It looks super
somewhat
dark.
quickly. Yeah, get this in the webcam here.
Dang. Is it an ale?
Yeah, this is the pumpkin brown ale. It says, named
Oh.
after a local Fernie legend, our classic brown ale brewed with pumpkin, cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and allspice. Yeah. That's
You did
cool.
a really good. You did it actually kind of a really nice pour with it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's nice, solid inch ahead. That's not going anywhere on this one.
You said it's called Ghost
It smells like
Rider?
fall. Yeah. Smells deliciously pumpkin-y, pumpkin spicy. Yeah, obviously more pumpkin spice than pumpkin. Really all you're smelling is the spices, but I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it's balanced out well with the brown ale. Let's find out. This one's pretty good. A lot lighter in body than the color would suggest. It's tastes like a brown ale. There's a hint of pumpkin. I definitely get more of the pumpkin spice, much more so on the aroma than in the mouth taste. Overall, though, this is pretty good. I'm kind of sad I only have the one of these. I would love to crush a 6-pack or 4-pack of these 16-ounce cans for sure. It's just that time of year, and I don't know. I guess maybe I got a little too excited to drinking the only 2 pumpkin beers that I had here 6 weeks before Thanksgiving.
I find it weird that you can't find pumpkin beers. It's just very... I mean, granted, I know you found 2 this year, but I find it very strange that, like, pumpkins they don't exist in Montana.
I had a hard time.
That's not
finding
true.
some, too.
Yeah, there's a pumpkin patch. There's one pumpkin patch here. I actually carved a pumpkin the other day, and look, I got some pumpkin seeds too. Roasted these up.
Yeah,
These are
homemade
the
pumpkin
batch I
seeds.
made without spices, so I could give these to my dog. Apparently, they're good dog treats. Who knew?
Good Jenna treats too.
Yeah. But overall, I like this beer. I wish I had more of it. It's nothing special. It's seasonal. It's delicious. It's a 3.5. You know, it's a solid brown ale with pumpkin.
This may be an unpopular take, but I don't like brown ales.
Yeah, they're very basic.
I mean, no matter what adjunct you put in it, they're just like too malty for me. I just don't care for them, you know?
Yeah, we were kind of talking about that a little bit last week too on our Oktoberfest Palooza.
Yeah.
So I enjoy a good malty beer.
I think it depends. If it's like a traditional German style beer that's supposed to be like malty, I'm all for it, which is weird. But like a red, I don't like reds and I don't like browns. They're just too, I don't know, the style is just too malty for me, I guess. But I don't know. And on the topic of German beers, I had Hofbrau at Oktoberfest in
Oh, cool.
because I heard you guys
So
say
you
that, and I was
can-
like, oh, ding!
Yeah, what was the one that we said that you couldn't find at Oktoberfest?
The Wasterhofener Wasting.
Weissen,
Weinheitsstefaner?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Weisstephaner.
I guess they're not from Munich.
Weisstephaner. They had made a really good Hefeweizen.
Yeah.
They do, and that's what made me surprised that they were not at Oktoberfest. They're not allowed.
That's because they're not from Munich. Different
Well,
part of
maybe
Germany.
Maybe they should do better.
They should move.
They should move.
Anyway, over. Sorry, I
Yeah, so I
parlayed
want to
you.
know how many check-ins this Ghost Rider has.
I have it pulled up here. It's got
Okay.
2.6K, 26,000,
All right.
2,600.
You know, it's not nothing special. I'm surprised that there's that many check-ins, honestly. You know, we're used to all these Montana breweries having like 50 check-ins on a beer. 2,600 is a lot.
This was a silver medal winner in 2014 for the Canadian Brewing Awards.
Oh, that's cool.
Huh.
Yeah. And it's
Good for
only
them.
a limited release, September through October. And that's it.
Gotta drink it while it's fresh.
Yeah, while stocks last.
I think the untapped average on this is going to be a 3.70.
Well, you're wrong.
Okay.
They were much more in tune with you. So you said a 3.5. It is a 3.52.
Yeah, that's pretty low. Pretty low for untapped. But you know, at this point, if you're not right, if you're not Jenna, you know, it's like you're not one of the people.
We can't. All
Why
be
bother
me.
even guessing? You know. But yeah, I don't know. I bet if you looked up Fernie's other beers, they probably don't have any that you can find that are above like a 375. They're just brew regular beer. You know, nothing crazy.
You've been called out, Fernie.
Unlike this other crazy looking can that I have, which is the Paranormal Imperial Pumpkin Ale from Flying Monkeys. This is kind of from your neck of the woods, Jenna.
Flying
This
Monkeys.
is from-
Yeah, it's Canadian. Toronto or Ontario?
Yeah, the address is actually on the side of the can. It says 107 Dunlop Street, Barrie, B-A-R-R-I-E. How do you say that? I don't know.
I don't know, Barry.
Barrie, Ontario, Canada, Earth, Milky Way, the universe, infinity is what it says on the side. So
Oh,
I've
interesting.
had a
very,
few.
very good directions.
I've
on
had
how
a
to
few
get there.
Flying Monkey. They've got some bomb can art.
It is really cool looking.
Yeah.
There's a 3-eyed monkey and a UFO blasting off. There's a weird alien in a graveyard with an eyeball sitting on a tree. There's a
see some
swamp
bats.
thing.
There's not
And,
enough Wizard of Oz on that can, though.
Creepy bat. Yeah, there's just the one flying monkey in the logo, I think is all they really have.
Yeah.
Probably for copyright reasons.
Also,
On the side.
Fernie has 1, 2, 3, 4 beers that are above a 4 on our
Do any of
tap.
them have like more than 200 check-ins?
No. 133, 170, 66, and 131.
Like the limited release ones, sure. I bet you they do something.
Yeah, they're
Maybe
all
for their
barrel-aged.
tap room. Yeah, but the stuff that you can find outside of Fernie,
Yeah, no.
But anyway, on the side of the can it says it's beer. Doused with exotic warm spices, this spirited imperial pumpkin ale evokes the aroma of pumpkin pie, graham cracker crust, and the toasty aura of autumn. That's in a little picture frame
Okay.
Cool.
on the side. Yeah. So without further ado, I'm going to crack this guy open. Wow, this is, as soon as you crack the can, you get immediate tons of spice aroma. My God, I feel like I'm one of those, it's like smelling potpourri. It's like pumpkin spice incense in my nose in this can.
Huh.
Pours
Smells like
that pumpkin color.
Smells like a candle.
It does. It smells like a candle. This looks much more like the ones that Jenna had, where it's pumpkin colored.
It's still pretty dark though,
Still a little dark.
mine were really clear.
Yeah, this has got a little haze to it. That imperialness making it a little hazier. Wow, it smells really, really strongly of spices. Just like a lot of clove on this aroma. Clove and nutmeg is what I get. Man, I'm excited to dive right into this. Lots of long-lasting head, just like the last one too.
Not as much, though.
Not as much. This one's I still got a little bit on this guy. Just still
Yeah,
hanging
better
out.
than mine. Even my nitro one is gone.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
Those nitro ones, they just, once you pour them like Ted told you to out of the can, they just go flat.
Yeah, maybe that's why I didn't like it as much.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
I'm diving into this. I can't wait any longer. Ooh, man, the Pringles on this one. This one tastes like I just bit into well-spiced pumpkin pie. The last one was a brown ale with a little bit of pumpkin in it. This is like full-on delicious pumpkin pie. They said the graham cracker crust on the side of the can. I definitely get that. This isn't a pumpkin beer.
sweet.
This is a pumpkin pie beer, for sure.
Do you get like sweetness with the spices too?
It is sweet. It's definitely sweeter than I was expecting. Good sweetness level all around. I really enjoy this. This is 10% and doesn't really taste like it. It tastes like maybe 8%, 7%. The alcohol is well hidden. But yeah, I get those Pringles. I get the spices right up front, the tip of my tongue that Chris loves to talk about. I really am enjoying this one a lot. This is going to be way higher rating than the last one for me. This is a 4 on the Obert scale for
Nice.
sure.
Very
I'm
solid rating.
gonna keep my eyes peeled for other Flying Monkeys beers. I know I can't find them here in the States, at least in this state. But
I can look
next
for
time
you,
I'm in
Obert,
Canada, yeah,
since, I mean,
for sure.
If I'm
You mentioned you've had a few from them. Would you
Yeah.
remember any favorites?
I'd have to look on my Untapped. I don't even remember what I had. It was a few years ago. Let me see if I can.
Because this is the first I've heard of them.
Well, Obert, I think you need
least-
to get some ruby red slippers and click them together 3 times, and maybe your wish will come true.
Maybe.
So I've had 3 from them. I had 12 Minutes to Destiny, which is a fruit beer. Live Transmission is a milkshake IPA, and Juicy Ass, which is an American IPA.
Nice.
And I think out of those, my favorite was the Live Transmission. Actually,
Very nice.
no, I rated that lower than the other 2. Oh, I didn't rate this one. I didn't rate the fruit beer. The Live Transmission, I gave it a 3.25, and the Juicy Ass, I gave it 3.5. But they all had, like, incredible fucking can art, and I don't know if I can show you guys these. but
Oh, yeah.
That's one of them.
That is cool.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I know this is riveting podcast material.
Go to Google and just Google Flying Monkeys beer and Google image that.
Yeah,
You'll see what
there
we're
you
talking
go.
about.
Flying Monkeys beer, not Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. That is cool. I like they're all cool mosaic-y type.
Yeah, So I mean, I couldn't
Collage. That's the
help
word I was
but
looking
get
for.
them. So the live transmission, I feel like I liked that one more, but who knows? Apparently, according to my Untapped, I didn't. But yeah, we went to Windsor and we stopped at what's it called? Beer store. The beer store. It's like a beer store that you
It's a beer
stop
store?
at. Yeah, and you can get beer before you head back into Michigan. So we
Oh,
stopped
very
there
cool.
and just picked up a bunch of stuff. And if I ever get to Windsor again, I can get you some, or I can keep my eye out around here and see. 'Cause since they're so close, sometimes we get Canadian beer.
Yeah, for sure. That would be cool.
Yeah,
How many check-ins does this one have?
11,600.
Okay, I hope that they like it as much as I do.
900. Excuse me, 11,900.
I'm gonna guess this is gonna be 3.99.
They like it a little bit less than you. It's a
Damn.
3.71. Still pretty
Whoa.
high though.
Just way out. I've been way off today, all day.
That's pretty bad.
Like
Yeah.
I
said,
think
they can't-
unless you're
can't
Jenna,
audit me.
apparently, pumpkin beers are tough to narrow in on.
Apparently,
Yeah.
you have to not like pumpkin beer to rate them correctly.
Well, that's the thing, I think, is
Oh.
that because a lot of people are probably like Jenna's tastes, checking all these beers in. They're like, I don't know why. I like the color orange, and I just bought this beer, not realizing what it was. And I don't
will
like it. It's
admit-
gross.
I have bought beer solely based on can art,
Oh yeah.
fully well knowing I'm not gonna like this beer. I don't like this style. I don't like what's in it, but I bought it anyway, and I fucking drank it because the can art's cool.
Like, sometimes the can art gets you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, I made a lot of beer buying decisions on can art. Yeah, but so you heard it here first. Apparently, next week is Coconut Week. So
That's your way to.
that's my
get the
way. We're
perfect
just
score?
only
Okay.
doing coconut from here on out.
I didn't get that at first. Now I got it.
Yep. It was a
I
long
see.
joke.
You're taking my
gotta-
logic, huh?
Yep.
You got to be a long-time listener of the show to get that one.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
well, Todd's got a beer in his hand. Looks like he's ready to drink it. What do you got for us?
And I'm drinking, well, you know that you're my friend, and I'll say, I think I'll have myself a beer.
So
Now,
speaking
hang
of,
on. We used to do the drops after we poured the beer and before we drank it, and that was like a good segue for the awkward pause. Now the I don't know what happened to these drops. I'm complaining to the drop master over here.
listen, I'm trying something new. I got a complaint now. I was waiting for a
Okay.
complaint. People have spoken.
Now,
Okay.
I'm going to ignore the complaint and continue doing what I was doing.
I mean to be fair, there's been many complaints that have been not honored in the past.
Lodged
Exactly.
on the soundboard.
You notice how the suggestion box is a shredder.
The suggestion
Yeah.
box is more of a suggestion itself.
Next to our mail mountain.
So speaking of cool can art, I do have a can that has cool can art
Ooh, how spooky.
of a creepy
is-
guy stealing a pumpkin, I think.
He's got a little spooky mask on.
Yeah, it's got like a Dia de los Muertos mask,
He's like,
and he looks like he's dressed
my
like
pumpkin.
one of those horror guys. I don't know. Is that
Jason.
Yeah, well, what you don't realize, and I don't think it comes through on the camera, is that there's something here with hands that he's like pulling the pumpkin away from, and like kind of like shielding it from whatever this thing is. Head over to the Instagram if you want to see this, because
Headless Horseman.
it's a really cool can art by oh, and it says run. The pumpkin is telling the guy to run.
Ooh, how cool. What a story that tells.
So this is from Abomination Brewing, one of my favorite breweries going in Connecticut right now, and this is called Forbidden Pumpkin, an imperial milkshake style IPA brewed with pumpkin spices, vanilla, and milk sugar.
Interesting. Okay.
This is done by their artist. They have one artist. His name's Sam something. But he does all his art is incredible. This is a 9.3% ABV beer, and I thought I would bring it as my pumpkin beer this year. So let's check it out.
Quick follow-up. After my 10% beer, this other one tastes like water. It's like the super spicy, super alcoholic one. This one's just like, I can't even taste this beer anymore.
You burnt the taste buds.
I guess so.
So it poured exactly like how you would expect a New England IPA to pour. It's maybe a little bit darker than usual. Also, you guys can see my cool glass full of breakfast cereal characters that are all holding beer.
How fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
You got Lucky from Lucky Charms right there. Snap, Crackle, and Pop. It's a pretty cool glass. This is my newest glass in my collection.
See a Cinnamon Toast Crunch Bear.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Count Chocula. Head over to
you guys
Instagram. You can see a picture of that as well.
Speaking of cereal, that there's chocolate frosted flakes.
Whoa. What?
Yeah. I saw chocolate frosted flakes. The other
Did
day
Tony
in the
sign
store.
off on this?
He must have. He was like, "It's fall.
Okay.
It's But yeah, I was at Target and I saw chocolate frosted flakes, and I was super curious.
Are they good?
Jake said they're old and he's had them before and they're really good, but I've never seen them.
I've never seen chocolate frosted flakes. No, I've always the chocolate
90s.
Lucky Charms. I think are the best, the betterst.
You have chocolate Lucky Charms now?
Oh, come on now. Yes, these I'll stand by. Yeah.
I haven't
Chocolate Lucky
bought cereal in a couple decades, but I see they have like cinnamon toast churros now.
Yeah, cereal's out of control. They have like
I know.
What's that
Dunkin'
coffee
Donuts.
place? Is it
They have a
Dunkin'
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
Starbucks,
like
or
a
Krispy
like a
Kremes or
mocha,
something, or-
like a mocha chocolate. Mocha and chocolate are the same thing.
Listen, my favorite cereal is just plain old Rice Krispies. Just give them to me. I'll eat them.
You put
I like
sugar
Rice
on 'em.
Krispies in a pan with melted marshmallow and butter.
Would you say? Do I do what with them?
Put sugar on them.
No, I put milk on them.
You don't put anything on your Rice Krispies?
All he
No.
needs is the snap, crackle, and pop.
Yeah, just the Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
I mean, if we're going like plain cereal, I really like Life.
It's
but
still
for,
too
like,
sweet.
For like good cereal, I like Cocoa Pebbles. It's a good, or Fruity Pebbles. I'll take either one.
I'm a Fruity Pebbles fan.
Yeah, they're both really solid.
Too much sugar.
I mean, again, from what I remember from back in my youth when I used to eat cereal.
I mean, it has
also
been a
like
long
really
time since I've
boring.
had like real cereal, or cereal at all.
I like Mini Wheats too, though, and Raisin Bran. I'm old.
It keeps me regular.
I'm like super young in one regard, and then super old lady in the other. It keeps
I feel
me
like you could
balanced.
track someone's life based on what cereals that they bought through the years.
I'll buy both right now.
Soon you'll be buying the sugary ones again when your kid's old enough to eat cereal.
She eats Cheerios right now.
But, real cereal.
Fun
Not that
cereal.
cardboard junk.
That cardboard. CJ asked for if we have Lucky Charms in the house. He calls it rainbow cereal, and then he only eats the marshmallows. It's all he doesn't even eat.
Obviously.
I mean,
That's the
he's
best
4.
part.
What are you gonna do?
I mean, what you have to do is you have to eat the little gross shit first, and then save all the marshmallows, and you just get spoonfuls of marshmallows at the end.
He's not advanced. He just eats that and then just leaves the table. Just, I'm all right. Deal with this. Deal with this mess up.
Yeah, he asked for rainbow cereal, not rainbow and cereal. He just
Not
wants the
rainbow
part.
bread.
right.
Yeah.
Not rainbow bread. I will say, when I was younger, and I would stay at my grandma's house, she would let me have cookie cereal. And it's not what you're thinking. It's not Cookie Crisp. No, it's literally cookies that I have smushed up and put into a bowl and put milk in it and then eaten. So cookie cereal.
There you go.
What I've learned is
Cut
that
that
I'm not,
middleman of Cookie Crisp out of it.
I'm not nearly as adventurous with my cereal tastes as you guys.
Don't you?
Me neither,
dip-
apparently.
Have you ever dipped your cookies in milk?
Yes, I've done that.
Yeah. So I just cut that whole aspect out and bite-sized them, and
How would you say how adventurous is your beer drinking, Ted?
Pretty adventurous.
you're good.
Going back to the Forbidden Pumpkin. On the nose, so as I said, it looks very much like a New England style IPA. Same color, maybe a little an ass hair darker than normal.
What a choice of words.
Oh, I could have said another word, but on the nose, it smells a lot like an IPA, with a little bit of like a hint of like some cinnamon, maybe a little bit of nutmeg, but it basically smells like an IPA with just some type of spiciness happening. The head did stick around for quite a while. It's kind of died down now, so now I can actually drink it. Let's dive on in.
I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on this. I don't think I've ever seen a milkshake or a pumpkin IPA. They've always been
me
like
neither.
pumpkin ales. So you've definitely piqued my interest.
All right, how do I describe this? So, first things first.
I'm the realist.
It is an IPA. You get that bitterness, you get that kind of hoppy flavor to it. But rather than have like a hop bite, it has a spice bite. Like it tastes like cinnamon. It tastes like the allspice. The allspice that we all know and love, except for Jenna, we all know and hate in her case. But it has that pumpkin spice flavor. That kind of kills the back end of like any type of hop burn from an IPA. I don't get a lot of the vanilla. I don't taste that really at all. It's definitely thick and it's got that mouthfeel of a milkshake IPA, but even that is kind of a little bit subdued, and it kind of, against all odds, it actually kind of helps bring the pumpkin flavor forward with the milk sugar, because it's the mouthfeel kind of helps bring out the allspice more than it helps bring forward the flavor of the IPA.
Do you think if it were colder?
For temperature-wise, so this has been out since the start of the podcast.
Right, so it's been out for a minute.
So I actually think that it's probably helped it. I think that if it was ice cold, I don't think you'd get as much pumpkin spice flavor. Because I think then the IPA would be a little bit more front forward, like it usually is. But with this, kind of like similar to a stout, where you kind of have to let a stout sit out for a little bit and get a little warm to get some of the flavors that are hidden. I think this one kind of feels the same way, where I think it's still cold. It's not like it's room temperature, but it's probably more in the upper 40s, lower 50s than it is in the 32 or the 33 that my fridge is in. So it's definitely a little bit on the warm side, but I think that actually helped bring out the allspice flavor. Now maybe it's hiding the vanilla flavor because it's a little bit warmer, but I would think it'd be the opposite.
Yeah, me too. See, with IPAs, the longer I let them sit, the more bitter they become when I drink them. And it seems like it's kind of going in a different direction for that one. Instead of bitterness and hoppiness, you're getting like you said, like cinnamon spiciness, which is interesting. Yeah,
it's really good. It's a good beer. I think that the allspice really it really adds something to it that, Jenna, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I think that you would even like this. So I know that you're just now getting into the New England IPA craze. Part of the deal of our beer box was that's actually what you wanted from me was IPA, was New England IPAs. So you are getting a box of predominantly New England IPAs. There are a few non-IPAs just because I thought that you might like them in there, but predominantly IPAs, and I'm going to throw one of these in just so you can try it. I think you may like it.
I hope I don't disappoint you.
I don't think it's possible, because I think that this, if you don't like pumpkin, but this is not pumpkin. This is just like cinnamon and nutmeg and deliciousness. I don't really taste
cinnamon.
I don't taste any pumpkin.
Okay, so this might be worth a try then.
Meets Jenna's criteria of not very pumpkin beers.
Yeah,
pumpkin the better.
I think that you'll be sending me a text message saying, "Oh wow, that was really good." And it's Abomination, and Abomination is one of the best breweries that Connecticut has going for it. Which you're also getting a Abomination IPA as well, just because they're my favorite at the moment.
Okay, nice.
They are very good. Very good.
As Chris can vouch for, they are amazing. I think Obert can vouch for them too, right?
Yeah, if you have any of those extras for me, I'd be up for a box trade for sure.
Oh, all right, cool. I can do that. So my rating, I really like this. I'm gonna give it a 4.25. I think it's really good.
Wow.
I like this a lot. It adds something. That allspice adds a nice little flavor that you don't get out of many IPAs. And that's why this one, I was a little bit hesitant to bring it to the podcast, because we always talk about all the time of how difficult it is to explain a New England style IPA on a podcast. Once you've had them one, you kind of described them all. That's why I thought maybe this would be just a little bit of a nice little left-handed turn to kind of change it. And I'm not disappointed in that. As far as this beer's rating goes, anybody got number of chickens?
I have it pulled up, and Todd, I gotta say that you have checked this in before. Not only did you check it in before, but you checked it in like, what's the date today? Almost a year to the day. October
Wow.
19th, 2020.
Wow. So they do
wow.
do a yearly. They do a yearly release.
Okay, so this doesn't have a year on it. It just says Forbidden Pumpkin.
All right.
So- But there are 2,600
Scandal.
check-ins.
Y'all cheating.
2,600 check-ins. All right. So Abomination has hot pipe. But it's pumpkin beer. Everybody's guessed over.
Not Jenna.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Not Jenna.
That's
I
true.
guess.
So not before Tud guesses, and I don't know why I'm helping him. I did find a yearly variant for 2021.
Oh, did you?
I did, with 403 check-ins,
Has
and you have not checked the 2021 variant in.
so I can tell you that this is from 2021. It was packaged on 9/7/21 at 9:21 p.m. I can even tell you the time.
Who's canning beer at 9:30 at night?
Apparently 12%.
I guess.
They even put like a PM stamp on it. Huh. All right. Cool. 412.
Well, luckily I found this variant because
Am I wrong? Am I
Luckily
right?
you
What's
did.
going on?
it's a 4.04. So 0.08 off. Now
Joining Jenna in the .08 club.
the 0.08 club. Now the non-yearly variant is a 4.12.
Get the
So
fuck out of here.
so you lost, unfortunately. Haha, sucks for you. I'm lucky.
I was like, shut the fuck up. And Tud, last year you gave this a 4.0. So apparently last year you liked it better than this year's.
Well, yeah. I gave this one a 4.25.
No, the other way.
So this one,
this one was bad.
So
Oh,
this year's variant's better,
Okay.
but people don't. Well, maybe because we don't know if they checked it in under 21 or 20.
Oh,
So
We'll never know.
we'll never know.
damn. So I got it right, but I didn't get it right.
You didn't get it right.
Yeah. Didn't
But
get
it
it
seems
right.
like I think I got it right though.
No,
I think
no.
we just write a big old DQ on the board for this one. Try again next week.
Wait, but I got
It's
it.
too hard to know with who checked in what years. You know.
But
Yeah.
I got it right underneath the actual beer, but not underneath
oh,
the
now
yearly
it's
variant.
the actual beer. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, right. Yeah, not the yearly
Yeah.
variant. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, but they
we all know
do
what
have
that means.
yearly variant. Oh.
You were the one that brought it up. If we just
Listen.
if you didn't say there was a yearly variant, you would have been right. But nope, you had to do it.
It says 2021 on it, so yeah.
You did the right thing. It was the right thing.
Well, fuck, I don't want to do the right thing anymore. Fuck this.
Oh,
I
shit
win.
now.
Over. Put the tally mark on the board.
I'll give you you can have a tally mark in my heart. That sounds like a good.
Mine too. Mine too.
Yeah. Use the tally mark of yours in my heart and not on the whiteboard. But wouldn't it rather have it be in my heart, honestly? On the board.
What is that? What is that little section down
Well,
there?
this is the Torched Earth one that we said you don't. You kind of. This is the questionables in the Tud segment down here.
So all the ones that I get right go into the questionable section.
The banished
No.
points. The banished points.
Yeah. Well, there's only one beer drinker left tonight.
Yeah. My turn. How does this go now? Do I wait for a drop now?
Well, no. Apparently, I'm going to wait till you crack
No,
your beer.
Start,
Okay.
start talking and then let him interrupt you.
Okay, so I have a pumpkin beer. Of course.
That was pretty good.
So
Perfect
I have a
drop for
pumpkin
that.
beer here from Sycamore Brewing Company, which is right out of Charlotte down here. I've had them on the pod before, but this is their pumpkin latte blonde. I had to be #basic on this.
No.
It's got like a little like coffee cup with
The coffee cup looks angry.
It does. I
Looks
can't.
constipated.
Yeah, and the coffee does kind of look like poopy. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but it is a blonde
The pumpkin
ale.
sitting in the coffee cup looks content.
It's a oh yeah, very happy pumpkin. But it is a blonde ale with coffee and spices. So honestly, it doesn't even say. It says pumpkin latte blonde, and then blonde ale with coffee and spices. It doesn't even say pumpkin. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Maybe it's one I'll like.
Maybe. I saw this, so I knew we had. Obviously we always do the pumpkin episode, and it was like the first pumpkin beer I saw in stores. Like, maybe like 2 months ago, maybe. And it was the first one I saw. I was like, boom, here we go. I don't have to think about a pumpkin beer for forever. So it's been sitting there for a while. I haven't had it yet. So here, let's see. 16 ounces, aka grande. It says right there on the.
So you're much more on the Jenna side of things when it comes to pumpkin beers.
I don't hate pumpkin beers.
But
like,
you have exactly one pumpkin beer every year.
pretty much one a year. Unless I see some kind of craziness, but I don't generally dislike them. It's not like a ew, icky kind of thing. It's just like I don't know. I mean, they're fine. They're fine. So, now that being said, I've had some delicious pumpkin beers in the past, but look at that. No, not a crisp pour. Let's go.
That is kind of impressive.
I was very happy with that.
Pretty good pour. Now that looks kind of in between like Obert and Tud's beer.
Yeah, for
'Cause
a
it's
blonde,
kind of orangey, but it's still kind of brown.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, look, like right in the middle.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it's probably darker than I expected from like especially reading a blonde. But the pumpkin, the coffee in it kind of doesn't surprise me too much.
Oh yeah.
The nose smells, the nose tastes. Sorry, how dare I? The nose tastes are pretty spicy. This thing I think is going to be heavy on that spice. I'm kind of foreshadowing like maybe like a very heavily seasoned pumpkin pie. But let's see where the coffee comes in. The mouth smells. Let's go drink some So this beer is very heavy on spices. I get hit pretty hard right away with just not even cinnamon, just like I don't even know, like just pumpkin spice, I guess. I'm really not sure exactly what spice is. It's definitely not very cinnamony. Maybe some nutmeg. Yeah, probably.
Allspice?
Maybe like an allspice without cinnamon. I don't know if cinnamon's an allspice. Probably not. But
No, allspice is its own thing.
it's just a mixture of all the spices.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, it's not the salt thing that you get. That's all season.
All
It's
salt,
all spice.
yeah. But it's just one of those things that like I'm not getting any coffee at all, which is weird. I kind of expected to get more coffee. There is some pumpkin. Oh my God, there's some pumpkin to it. But it's smooth. I mean, it's not like a hard drinker. You get hit with spices and like some pumpkin-y. There's no coffee. I don't get a lot of coffee. Maybe if it warms up a smidge, it might come out more. But
Now, did you just take it out of the fridge?
I did. Yes, it just came out of the fridge. But it's a blonde. I don't know. I don't really. You don't often
You don't want
get
that warm. You want your
Yeah.
blondes chilly.
Yeah, so I It's fine. I mean, it's not.
He likes cold blondes, not
I like cold blondes. Yeah.
not hot blondes.
But yeah, it's fine. It's nothing crazy, nothing to write home about. I think I'm gonna give it. Honestly, I think I'm gonna give it a 3 point. Let's just give it 3.5. Just give it a straight 3.5. Not a bad beer. It's nothing like, but still nothing to write home about. I'm gonna give it one more taster and see if I can get that coffee, but I don't think I can.
3 point half.
3.5. Yeah, I'm gonna give it 3.5. It's fine. The spices, now that I've kind of gotten accustomed to it, they're not as heavy hitters as they were, I guess. So yeah, it's 3.5. 3.5. It's fine. So I'm a little disappointed. Maybe I should have picked a different pumpkin beer.
Well, fortunately you bought it so early that there's still time to find more pumpkin beers.
That's true. That is true.
I got it here.
I found this one too. There's a yearly variant
For
Did you guys find
the
for
pumpkin latte blonde.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you guys find that one too?
I assume it's the 2021. Yeah, it is. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like the 2021 was a categorized not as a blonde but as a pumpkin/yam beer, whereas the 2021 is a blonde ale. So.
Huh. Interesting. They backed away from the pumpkin.
Yeah.
They went light on the pumpkin this time. But yeah, I wish I got more coffee. I guess that's like my biggest letdown is I wish I had a little bit more of that coffee flavor.
Yeah,
like your pumpkin. Yeah.
I wish I would have known before I sent your beer box. I would have sent you one of these.
It's all good.
You too, Todd.
So how many check-ins are in this year's variant?
28.
Boy.
And on the normal one, there's 5,500.
Okay. Well, golly.
So what are we counting? We're counting this against this year's version or the normal version?
The yearly variant. The yearly variant. Yes.
This is the dangerous precedent we're setting, but okay.
I always go yearly variant if there is one.
Usually me too.
When you're checking them in.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
I just check it in as the generic.
Okay.
You're what screws up Untapped, Obert.
No, I think a beer should be the beer. I don't care if it was. I mean, what do you think? There should be like, oh well, this was the batch that they brewed in August 17th. I need the August 17th variant to check that in.
What if they do different brewing processes or different adjuncts?
Yeah.
Well, if it's a different beer, then I agree. But if it's
what if they added? What if last year they added in 26 pounds of pumpkin and this year they added in 35?
Okay, well, what if this month they added 100 pounds of hops and last month they added 99 pounds of hops? I mean, you wouldn't check in your Sierra Nevada differently if it was, you know what I mean? It's like,
well, usually those beers are locked into that's a recipe though. They're trying something different each year, it seems.
Yeah, I agree. But I feel like when I see a check-in like this, where it's a yearly variant, there's no official picture, there's only 28 check-ins, I'm like, this is just some rogue person who just decided that they needed to make a new version for this year, and this isn't an official brewery-sanctioned spin-off variant, you know?
Well, see, I understand what you're saying.
You know what?
If this had like 1,000 check-ins, but
I support you. Now give me my check. Now give me my tally.
I knew that was coming. I knew it. Obert, you make good reasoning.
I'll move it up to here.
It's getting closer.
It's getting closer.
All right, so I mean, okay, we'll see if I get it right. Then just choose whatever one's right, unless they're the same. In which case, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna say it's a 3, 6, 7.
Okay, well, you made it easy because you're wrong on both.
Okay, good.
They were all very close. This year's a 3.81. Last year was
overall
3.79.
And then overall it's a 3.80.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Apparently it's an extremely consistent recipe.
Well, it's not for me. I'm sorry, Sycamore Brewing Company. But
I have to say,
you've checked this in before, by the way.
I have?
me?
Yeah. No, Chris.
Oh.
On October 5th, 2019, which, you know when we had it? At the frickin' beer festival.
Oh, really?
We had to have, because that's the day that we were... That's the beer festival day. That's the last time I was in Charlotte.
Huh. Weird. Okay.
Because
What did I
you checked in at Lake Mountain Coffee, which I believe was on that main drag there where the beer festival was,
Yeah.
and you gave it a 3.75.
Okay, so I don't like it as much right now.
And I toasted it
You were
that
at a
day.
beer festival.
Yeah, fun.
But, Obert, I have to argue with you a little bit.
Okay.
Well, I guess not argue as much as debate. So
Yeah, you got the
there
counter argument
is-
here.
Yes, there is a brewery here named Heron, and I can't. Oh, it's No Rules is their beer. They have a different batch every year, and I'm
Oh no,
pretty
I totally
sure
agree with that. That's
they do
fine.
the same thing, but it's No Rules 2020, No Rules 2021. Like they have, and then there's a No Rules Day where people go to the brewery for the release. Like I know there's this local bar place that has like a No Rules Day that has like a meal and everything coinciding with it. So
what you're saying that the recipe is the same every year?
I believe so, but it's
Okay, but so
just
like if
the
you
different
were gonna
year.
go, but like when you went and checked in your pumpkin beers, did all three of them? You didn't look for the 2021 versions of these beers.
I
I
but
did for her nitro beer though.
Let me just say
Right.
that specifically the No Rules ones, I know that people age them, and then they
Right.
will have like 4 years that they try together.
Yeah, I'm not saying there's not a time and a place for the yearly variant check-in, but I'm not looking for a 2021 Shipyard Pumpkinhead check-in. Like
Right,
that's just
yeah.
Shipyard Pumpkinhead. I don't think
Right.
Sycamore Pumpkin is any different than that. I think it's just like it's coming out again this year. It doesn't need a special check-in for it. But that's
What do
just
you
my take. There's
I
no
guess I
right or
can-
wrong answer here.
Yeah, I can see your point, but then again, there's certain beers that, like the ones that you can age, that you would
Right.
have the yearly variant, so you can try the different years with them, I guess.
What do you do with like Nugget Nectar, Ober? Like it's the same beer that they brew each year, but they do it in yearly releases. So like, do you just check in the general Nugget Nectar, or do you?
Well, like Jenna said, if it's a beer that's meant to be aged,
But Nugget Nectar's
like-
not aged; it's an IPA.
Oh, well, I don't know. But you see what I'm saying? Like, just because it's a seasonal beer, just because 50 other people have decided that they needed to check in this year's version, I don't know. I feel like I would like to be able to go in and look at my old check-ins and be like, oh, I rated this a 3.75 last year and a 3.5 the year before and a 4 the year before that. I don't know.
I definitely see your point. I mean, if we did that for everything, it would be completely oversaturated.
Right.
And like with all of the beers that I checked in today, I didn't look for anything that was year specific. Even though the Nitro one was a limited release, it could have been a yearly thing. It was Imperial, but I get it. I probably wouldn't have wanted to age that one, but I think maybe with the aging process and those ones that you can cellar, it's a little bit different.
For sure.
And okay, so I guess I'm gonna say I've changed my mindset a little bit to where I think that you're right, but I am too. so we'll say the ones that you can cellar or the ones that you can age should have yearlies. All of the other ones should just be
See,
as is.
and I think that if they're yearly releases, so like for example, like the Forbidden Pumpkin one here, like they're only released once a year. Like if they were released monthly, then I think that's a little bit differently. But it's a special release once a year. Therefore, I think that's why they give it the yearly variant, right? I mean, it's not.
So you think there should be a Shipyard Pumpkinhead 2021 check-in?
I was gonna say you could say that with Wine and Kugel Summer Shandy. That's released
Right.
once a year. It's seasonal. They have seasonal beers.
I mean, I think if they're changing the recipe, then yes. If they're keeping it the same, then probably not. But I mean, I think half of the fun of doing these releases is because they're adjusting the recipe every single time.
Yeah,
I
and I guess
can-
my point is with the Sycamore, with these 50 check-ins, I'm like, this is crap. This is just the same beer as last year. Just somebody decided that they needed to make an annual version of it.
But do we know that though? They could have changed the recipe a
Untapped,
little
right
bit.
in. Right in, Untapped. We want to hear what you have to say.
Chris, I think the only way to solve this is I think you have to go to Sycamore Brewing, and I think you have to ask the question.
I'll have to ask. I haven't been to Sycamore yet, but who knows? Yeah. I can't wait to. The one thing I know is I can't wait for Bud Light 2022 to be released. So.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I think they release it on the Super Bowl. I think that's the day that you can buy the new Bud Light that's when they release the new model year of Bud Light.
Yep. You can't get it before.
You gotta wait till February.
All of the Bud Light that lasts the entire year is released on Super Bowl Sunday. Everybody knows that.
Speaking of Bud Light, I had sent you all pictures of the Bud Light, I don't know what it was called, fall sweater or something. Tud, have you been able to find any of those?
I have not seen them.
No?
Oh, this is the seasonal seltzer box?
Yes.
Yeah, I have not seen it.
I'm amazed because I see them everywhere here.
Yeah, I've looked and I've gotten nothing. I'm hoping that they still pop up, but it is very strange that I have not seen them in Connecticut. I mean, Chris could even vouch. He's been in Connecticut package stores. They're not there. I know, granted, I don't think he was looking for Bud Light seltzers, but...
Pumpkin spice,
Oh,
there
Chris
it
has
is,
one.
yep.
A pumpkin spice one, no less.
There's pumpkin spice, there's an apple crisp, pumpkin spice apple crisp. There's a toasted marshmallow and something else.
So it's actually funny you say that, Ted, because I found them in a Connecticut package store.
I haven't seen
Shots
it.
fired.
Was that part of the beer that you brought home?
Yep.
Wow.
I bought it because I was like, oh, this will be fun to drink, and then I ended up buying so much beer I never drank them. So
It's really not that bad for somebody who doesn't like pumpkin. I actually thought about getting that whole pack just so I could drink one of those on today's show. So
I'm
there you go.
surprised,
Not
Chris, you
that
didn't
bad.
drink that.
yeah, I haven't had any of them yet. I have one of each variant in the fridge right now.
The
But
toasted
Maybe
marshmallow
maybe
one
that'd be a
is
good
really
pregame
good.
one for our Halloween episode. How does that sound?
there we go. There we go.
Yeah, we'll do a Bud Light pumpkin spice Halloween release. And so with that, it's time for our Frosty Mug of Wisdom, where we pull out our special four-handled mug out of the freezer and fill it up with life advice, things we like, things we love, Amazon products, early Christmas gifts, maybe early Thanksgiving gifts, maybe Halloween treats. Who knows? Let's find out on this week's Frosty Mug. Jordan, take it away.
Test your handle. Test your handle. Test your handle. Test your handle. Mug of wisdom! Drink. Mug of wisdom!
All right, Jordan, thank you. As always, check them out, Wreck My Podcast. Jenna, woman of the people, honk, 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 honk.
Thank you.
Getting on the board with the correct guess, 4.00, like a dart on that double bullseye, just centering right in. You got that.
They say the third time's the charm.
That's what they say, and you proved it right this week. I'm gonna give the Frosty Mug to you. You can give it to whoever you choose, or take it for yourself. What do you want to do?
You know, I'm going to take it for myself. So this week, so it's an app. It's called Marco Polo. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this app, but
Nope.
my friend Elle, who you all know as Sip on What, has kind of brought me onto this app. It's basically a video app. So she sends me a video, and then I send one to her in return. So it's for people with like busier lives to keep in touch with their loved ones or people they care about. And it's just kind of like an ongoing conversation of when you can, instead of texting, or instead of having, like, Elle and I like to FaceTime. So instead of having that FaceTime time, we just send a Marco Polo when we can in response to each other. And it's a great way to keep in touch, even in our busy lives. And it's working out fantastic for us. And I've invited my sister, my niece and nephew, my friend Bobby, who lives in Tennessee. So it's a great way to keep in touch with people who you don't see very often and that just have a busy life as well.
So how is that, if you don't mind, how does that different than like Snapchat?
Actually, Elle did say that it was like Snapchat, and the biggest difference is you can rewatch the videos. So they stay, I don't know if,
It's like
the
longer
listeners-
videos for Snapchat, basically.
Exactly. You can record and then stop recording. It can be 10 minutes, it can be a half an hour, it can be 30 seconds. So, like with Elle, you can see I can rewatch everything that I've sent her and she has sent me.
Oh,
Cool.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I kinda
so
like
it's
that.
really cool. Yeah, it's really cool. So you can rewatch things, like if you happen to watch something, you listen to it and have time to hear it and then don't have time to respond for a few hours or maybe even the next day, you can rewatch it to remember. Like me, I'm terrible at remembering, but remember what was talked about, and you can rewatch it and respond accordingly and just different things like that. So
Can you respond to old videos that she sent like weeks ago and be like, I'm responding to this individual message that like, or is it just a continuous conversation?
It's more of a continuous conversation. Honestly, I've only had it for a couple days, but so far I've really enjoyed it. Like with my friend Bobby, who lives in Tennessee, I don't get to see her very often, and Elle lives in Philly. But it's a great way for all of us to keep in touch instead of having to set that time to FaceTime. Bobby has 2 kids. She's got a newborn and a 5-year-old. So this is a great way for us to be able to, in our spare time, be like, hey, I'm thinking of you. This is what's going on. Like she sent me a video, like I just made cookies and this is what's happening and blah, 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 blah. And it's just a great way to be able to stay in touch with those people that really matter in your life and not take any time out of your day, because time is so precious and we all don't have enough of it to begin with. So it's a really great way to fill in those downtime gaps, I guess, with the people that really matter.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty neat. I like that. That's pretty cool.
I feel like Chris and Obert, it would be better for you two since you both are out of state.
Yeah.
And just to be able to be, connected with your family, you can do that. And like my sister lives in Georgia, and my niece and nephew, it's a really great way. And my sister's going through a lot right now medically and everything. She doesn't really have a lot of time on her hands, so this is a great way for us to keep in contact too. So
Yeah, I'll have to check that one out.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Yeah, I actually just downloaded it.
nice. I mean, you
Marco.
can add me if you want.
We're gonna have a group Marco Polo.
Yeah, woohoo!
All right, from now on, we're not a podcast. We're a Marco Polo cast.
Yeah. Okay, Jenna, who's up next?
Let's go Obert.
Okay. I was tempted to give you my pumpkin seed recipe, but just Google that. You'll figure it out. I have... It's not hard. It's not hard to make pumpkin seeds. Just throw them in the oven. You're fine.
Okay.
I have a video game that's new to me. It's called Slay the Spire, and it's a roguelike deck building game where you basically start out with a simple hand of cards, and you have a character. You kind of end up in these encounters where you have to attack and defend, and as you play through it, you will get more and more cards, which Todd's showing it to me on his phone right now, trying to distract me.
Yeah,
And-
it was like, is this a QR code?
So as you play through it, you're going to get more and more cards. You kind of build more and more complex hands, and your whole goal is to get to the final boss, basically, through the game. It's a good strategy game. It's a genre that I know there's a few other ones out there. This is the first one that I've encountered, and I think it's probably the most famous. I've really enjoyed it so far. It's kind of got me hooked. I think it's like Todd has it on its phone. I think it's like $10 from the iOS, the Apple Store.
I bought it on sale for 99 cents.
There we go. Todd bought it for $1. You pay more money for that. I think you can find it on the Switch. I bought it on Steam. It's a fun game. Check out. I'll put a link to the video that they have in the show notes. Check it out. It might be for you. Todd, what do you got for us? Handle us this week.
Yeah, so my handle this week is for people who have cats, which I think is most of the people on this podcast minus Obert.
3 out of the 4, yeah.
I bought this thing called a cat corner self groomer with catnip wall. So basically it's a piece of plastic that's got like a corner, and you stick it on a corner of a wall, and on the outside, so it sticks with like adhesive, like the what are those 3M like the hooks? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So it hooks on with like that type of adhesive, and it's got on the outside where like the cat would like rub against it. It's got like little like almost like a brush of like a hairbrush, so the cat can like rub against it and like kind of scratch itself. And it's in the back of it, it's got little reservoirs that you can pour catnip in, so the cat is attracted to walking up to it and then rubbing against it because it wants that catnip smell.
So you don't have to brush them.
Yeah, so the cat basically does all the work of brushing itself because it wants to get to the catnip, but it can't get to the catnip because it's behind the plastic, but it can smell it. So my cat basically just kind of sits there and just rubs against the wall and flops on the ground and rubs up against it a little bit more and just tries to like get all up in it. But he seems pretty happy with it. It's been a big hit for him so far. It's pretty cool.
That's very interesting. I've gotten something for my cat for the wall. It was like a little carpet piece, and it goes over the door handle, and it's for scratching. She only used it if it was on the floor.
I mean, this I put like right at like ground level, like right above the molding, so it's like right at his height.
See, my cat likes the smell of catnip, I think, but she's one of the cats that it doesn't affect. Mm-hmm. Does that have any
no, because
determination in there?
No, because if they like the smell of it, at least they're attracted to it. It's behind the plastic, so it's not like he's getting high off of rubbing against it. He just likes to roll in it. So as long as your cat's attracted to it, it would at least draw them to it, and maybe they'll scratch against it and be like, "Oh, that feels good. I should keep on doing this."
So what's the price point on this bad boy?
It was $10 for 2 of them.
Okay.
So we could put a link to it in the show notes. But yeah, it $10. Comes with 2 of them. Comes with everything you need. It actually comes with screws in case for some reason your cat's super aggressive and you need to screw it into the wall. But in my experience, the adhesive has been just fine, especially because the cat is not trying to rip it off the wall. It's literally throwing its body into it. So it's actually pushing the adhesive more into the wall.
You have kind of a thin cat, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can imagine just like one of those big boy cats. It just is like clawing the shit out of it.
Yeah,
my cat is over here.
My cat is only 7 pounds. He's not that big.
Oren's like twice that. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's probably 15 to 20. She a big old bitch.
But even then, I would feel like that would be even better because they'd be throwing their entire 20-pound body into the plastic. It's not like it's trying to pull it off the wall.
Yeah, but it's a corner, so you're pushing one side and pulling the other.
Yeah, but it's a piece of plastic that hooks onto another piece of plastic. So the piece of plastic that it's rubbing against is actually secured into another piece of plastic. It's a pretty interesting design that I can't see how they would rip it off. But then again, I've seen cats do some weird stuff, so maybe. But for $10, I mean, you could always screw it into the wall too.
Yeah, $10 is easy. That's great. I like this.
And then you don't have to pet him, or you don't have to scratch.
You don't have to pet him.
you don't have to
Just
brush him
neglect
anymore.
your cat. I got a wall.
Yeah,
All right.
who needs human love when you have a wall, right?
As I sit here, as he sleeps on an upside down cat bed, because it's the only way he'll sleep in the cat bed is if it's upside down.
Cats are weird.
Cats are very weird.
So I will hand off the mug, the 4-handle mug, to Chris. Chris, take it home.
All right, taking it home. I want to put over a game that I've played a little bit recently. And it's called Golf with Friends. I don't know if you guys seen this at all or heard of this. A lot of streamers play it, but it's a pretty fun Steam game that you can pick up. I don't remember how much it cost me. I actually bought it quite a while ago and didn't end up playing it until recently, as is tradition with all Steam games. But basically, it's just like a big game of like challenging golf holes that you play with your friends, and it's kind of like there's a bunch of different modes. There's like score mode, and then there's like race mode to see who can finish first, and things like that. And you just kind of like shoot all willy-nilly. And I was just watching a streamer play it earlier today, and was playing along with some friends a couple nights ago, and it's quite a bit of fun. It's you get a group of friends together. You don't have to do it on stream. You can do it whenever, as long as you're friends on Steam. And you can just hang out and get inside a voice chat and make fun of each other for missing all these fun holes and stuff like that. It's a good way to pass some time and hang out and play a pretty fun game. So if you want to check it out, it's Golf with Friends. It's available on Steam. I don't know what other platforms it's on. I definitely know Steam. So, but it's pretty fun.
Familiar.
It's it's been out for a while. I don't know. I don't remember when it came out, but it's kind of a neat game. Like I remember. Man, I feel like there used to be a golf game I used to play all the time. All right. Anyways, I'm not gonna.
Words with Friends.
Words with Friends. It's Words with Friends, but golf.
With golf. Yeah.
It's Words with Friends, except not Scrabble and add golf. But yeah, check it out. It's on Steam. It's a ton of fun. You can play it on stream. It's a good stream game.
I feel like you guys have mentioned Steam many times before, and I'm really unfamiliar with that.
It's a computer program that you can download, and it's basically a storefront for 99% of video games. I mean, there's others out there. There's the Epic Game Store. There's Origins, but it's the leading like game purchasing platform on PC.
Okay,
right.
So kind of like the App Store for
Yeah.
games.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's nice because if like me and Tud are friends on Steam, so like any games we have on Steam, we can just like hop into a game together with like it makes it really easy to get into a group with friends and things of that nature. So
yeah, and you could do it they have it for Mac as well. Like it does exist on Macs as well.
But it's not as good, I don't think.
Whatever.
And so with that, we'd like to thank you all for listening. We'd like to thank the breweries that provided today's beers. I will go first and thank Abomination for their Forbidden Pumpkin Imperial Milkshake Style IPA.
I would like to thank Sycamore Brewing Company for their Pumpkin Latte Blonde.
I would like to thank Fernie for their Ghost Rider Pumpkin Brown Ale, as well as Flying Monkeys for their Paranormal Imperial Pumpkin Ale.
And I would like to thank O'Fallon for their pumpkin beer, Brewery Vivant for their pumpkin tart, and Southern Tier for their cold brew coffee pumpkin nitro imperial pumpkin ale.
Please make sure you head over to social media and follow us everywhere at DAWF Podcast. Also, make sure you follow the email at dawfpodcast@gmail.com. Also, please make sure you head over and follow Jenna at all her places, which she's going to plug right now.
Instagram, the Brew Locker.
Instagram, the Brew Locker. You can't add her.
The Blue Rocker. The Blue Rocker.
The Brew Rocker.
Please make sure that you head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star rating and a review. It really helps people find us. Also, make sure you're telling everybody that you know who's a beer drinker or just an alcohol drinker, or an alcoholic or non-alcoholic or anything. Tell them about this podcast. If you know somebody who listens to podcasts, send them here. As always, you can tell them that they can find us on every single podcast app under the sun. Obviously, the ratings on iTunes or the Apple Podcast Store now is the only rating that helps people find us. Please also make sure you head over to Discord and join the chat over there. Live conversations happening, in our Drinking Alone with Friends Discord channel all the time. And with that, my name's Tud.
My name's Chris.
My name's Obert.
And I'm Jenna. And if you're drinking alone, do with friends.
Yeah, there you go.
So
Nicely done.
So now that we're in the outro, what was the question that you wanted to ask us?
I wanted to talk to you guys about the beer boxes that I sent you. Chris, I know that you tried a couple. Tyler, I don't know that you did.
I have had one smooch so far. As I said, I had the